Have philanthropist Bill Gates, along with Drs. Anthony Fauci and Deborah Birx, and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention been silent amid the widespread protests sparked by George Floyd's death? And does this supposed silence prove that fears and lockdowns over the novel coronavirus were part of a scam? No, neither is true. All of these people and institutions have spoken out about the protests, and some have warned the mass race riots may increase risk for more COVID-19 exposure. The claim can be found in an Instagram post published by Exposing Lies and Sharing Truth on June 4, 2020, under the title, Bill Gates, the CDC, Fauci and Birx now totally silent about the mass race riots across America proves the COVID-19 lockdown was a total scam. It opened, quote, "If you're not sick, every time you put your mask on, the same masks worn by #ANTIFA terrorists, you are allowing them to control you." From the middle of March until just about 9 days ago, there was one persistent and consistent message drilled into our heads around the clock: it's not safe to go outside. COVID-19 was spreading faster than it could be contained, they said, and the only remedy was a total lockdown of the economy, and of the people. Breathless news updates from #Bill Gates, CNN, the CDC, the WHO, Fauci and Birx made us to believe that it would be tantamount to murder for us to gather in groups. End quote. Here is what the post looked like at the time of writing, quote, "View this post on Instagram if you're not sick, every time you put your mask on, the same masks worn by #ANTIFA terrorists, you are allowing them to control you." From the middle of March until just about 9 days ago, there was one persistent and consistent message drilled into our heads around the clock: it's not safe to go outside. COVID-19 was spreading faster than it could be contained, they said, and the only remedy was a total lockdown of the economy, and of the people. Breathless news updates from #Bill Gates, CNN, the CDC, the WHO, Fauci and Birx made us to believe that it would be tantamount to murder for us to gather in groups. Unless, of course, you wanted to take part in #race riots. A wonderful and horrible thing is committed in the land, the prophets prophesy falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means, and my people love to have it so, and what will ye do in the end thereof? Jeremiah chapter 5 verses 30, 31 KJB. First it was voluntary, then it was mandatory. Then came the #George Soros race riots, and just like that, the COVID-19 lockdown was over. It's a Christmas miracle. Antifa and Black Lives Matter have cured the coronavirus. Far from being a miracle, the New World Order elites simply transitioned from oppressing us by locking us down to oppressing us by allowing race riots to consume over 200 American cities and towns. They told us churches had to close because a room full of 100 people could spread coronavirus to tens of thousands. So funny, when the race riots started, they gathered in packs of untold thousands, and no one said a word about coronavirus. They arrested shop owners one day for daring to reopen their businesses, and the next day they allowed Antifa and Black Lives Matter terrorists to burn those same businesses to the ground. Bill Gates, his global vaccinations, ID 2020 digital identification, and the coming mark of the beast. Don't take it. They went from apocalyptic panic to complete silence the moment the race riots started. Why? Hand with fingers splayed medium dark skin tone more in comments backhand index pointing down medium dark skin tone #justice for George Floyd #COVID-19 84 #mind control #trauma based mind control #police state #police accountability end quote. End quote. Here is a screenshot of the post. The post, with the byline "Now the End Begins, Jeffrey Grider," is from an article by the same title on the same date with the subhead, "Bill Gates went silent, Anthony Fauci disappeared, Dr. Birx went AWOL, but don't worry, they'll be back before you know it." But they have to stay silent now to allow the race riots to terrorize the people, and to make us afraid, so that when the second lockdown comes we will continue to obey them. This is the game, this is the plan. If you're not sick, every time you put your mask on, the same masks worn by Antifa terrorists, you are allowing them to control you. Gates, Fauci and Birx are the ones who demanded the economy be shut down, demanded that Americans be locked down, and now have stayed silent as the rioters rape, loot and pillage. The post and the article are wrong. All Gates, the CDC, Fauci and Birx, have posted online or made public comments sounding solidarity with protesters or alarm at the possible infection rates from the coronavirus spiking amid easing of the lockdowns, mass gatherings and the protests.